Hi there. In this Adobe Creative Cloud video, I'm going to use Dreamweaver along with a starter template. So I'll create a brand new index.html and a new website that I'll define in my sites, and I'll use a starter theme, and then I'll customize it with my own images and change some colors via the CSS. So I'm going to just quickly go to my file browser here. I'm going to create a new folder for my website. I'll just call it DW starter theme or something like that. In real life it would be the actual website. And I'm going to create, I'm just going to grab an images folder that I have and place it in there. I'll add a link to a zip file in my description of this video. So basically that's the start of my website, so I'll define that as a local folder. So I'm going to quickly go to Dreamweaver. I'm going to go to Site, use my mouse. I'll choose a new site, call it DW starter theme or something like that. Name doesn't have to match, and I'll browse for that folder. And that's the local folder. In real life I would define the servers as well, but I'm just going to quickly save that. And then I'm going to quickly go File New, or I can use this Create New as well. Either way I'll get to the same new document dialog. I'll use HTML starter templates, and basic layout, I'll use this basic multi-column layout. You can use any of these three depending on what you want to do. So I'll call this Marcus' site. And I'll grab some content from this text file I have. I won't bother changing the content, I'll just quickly change the colors. So to find the styles that you want to change, if you click inside of the element and then go to your code, you'll see that you have some various elements here. So it's probably the primary header that I want to modify. And we also have something called title. So I can change the font face and color with that title, and I can change the background color with primary header. So if I choose primary header and then I go to my CSS designer, and I can see that I have right now I'm looking at all sources. So if I scroll down I should see primary header there. And notice I have show set unchecked, so that'll show all of the styles that are available for that element if I have that unchecked. If I show set, that'll only show the styles that have settings. So I want to change the background color of that. To do that, I'm going to quickly add a color scheme to my layout so I can just pick the colors from that. So I'm just going to go back to my design. I'll go down to the end of my document. Actually, I'll just add it up here. And I'll insert an image that I have that I got from Peloton.com that I created a color scheme at. So I'm just going to quickly insert an image. And I'll use this for my color scheme. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the palest and the darkest of each row here. So the pale will be for backgrounds that have a pale color. The dark color will be for the foreground of the text color of images that have a light background as well. Or inversely, if we have an element that has a dark background, I'll use that, and then I'll use the light color for the text. So when I go to my CSS designer here and I find my background color, is there. And I'll pick up the pale color background. I'll grab all of my colors right now. I'm just going to remove all of those. You just drag down to remove. So I have another new color scheme in my colors here. And I'll start fresh. There we go. So I'm going to use my eyedropper. I'll click that pale green and I'll add it. I'll click my eyedropper, click the dark green and add it. Click my eyedropper, click the pale teal or whatever that is and add it. The dark eyedropper again, you have to keep on clicking on that. Eyedropper. I'm just going to close that for now and resize this so I can see both. CSS Designer, background color, eyedropper, brown, add. There we go. Eyedropper, pink, add, and dark pink, add. So now I have all 8 colors. Again, a pale version and a dark version of each from my color scheme that I got from Peloton.com. So I can just, I'm going to use this color for my background. And I'll click away. And now I can delete my color scheme there. I've already added all of the colors from it. There we go. And then I'm going to change the text color to be the dark version of that. So again, if I go to my code, I can just use split so I can navigate both. I'll use the title there, and then CSS Designer. If I choose current, it'll pop me into the one I have selected. And then I can find the background color. Text color is what I'm looking for now. So there's my color scheme. And I'll go through and I'll do all of the elements. So I'll go grab this one next. So again, if I look at the code here, that's the secondary header. So the background for the secondary header. I'll just grab one of these pale colors. They all match because it's the same color scheme. Oh, actually use the dark one for that one. And then the text. This might be a little, oh, actually I'll leave that text as it is. It lights up nicely against that. I'll quickly show you how to find some of the text colors may not be coming from the element. They might be somewhere else. I'll quickly show you how to find those later on, but I'll quickly add these elements. So left column, and that looks like it is right half, left half. There it is there. And again, I could probably use a dark color or a light color for that. I'll use this one. Nice. And same thing for that right column, right half. And I'll add this one as well. So whatever that happens to be. Social. just clicking away to accept that color. And footer. Maybe I'll add that one there. So that's me changing the colors. So I'm going to swap these placeholder images out with actual images as well. So I'll select this 400 by 200. This isn't 400 pixels by 200 pixels. This is the aspect ratio. So you can use any 400 by 200 regardless of the measurements, and it'll resize. I'll quickly show it when I preview in a browser. So I can just choose my little folder that'll allow me to swap this image out. So this is the properties panel. Again, I got that from the window properties, Control F3, and I dragged it and docked it. So I'll choose my little folder, and it's in the same place. So this one's 420 by, or 400 by 200. It looks distorted now, but when I preview, you'll see it actually works. It's just the way it's being displayed in Dreamweaver. And then these images, I've got some square images, so any square images can work. I've got a bunch of photographs for that. If I just quickly save this document, then it won't make me browse all of the time. I'll call it index. There we go. And again, we can actually just double click right on that. There's a square image there. So again, you can use your folder, or you can double click. I'll double click, it's quicker. So there's some four photographs for those placeholders. This is called social, so these are supposed to be social media icons, so I'll grab those. I created 4 images for that as well. Just grab them higgledy-piggledy. And I'm going to quickly save this and preview it. So you can do a live preview, or I can simply just go to the location of the index file. Desktop. And open up the index. Sometimes that gives me better results. So that's basically the customized starter theme. So you notice I have some nice rollovers there. Those don't have rollovers. In real life, of course, you'd go a little further and change the text. So it's not so impressive. It's not the prettiest site, but one thing about this is it's adaptive. So if I change my window size, you'll notice that things go from multi-column to fewer columns. So this would be what it would look like on a phone, for example. All one column, but everything's in the correct order, as you'd expect. Now, some of the text is difficult to find what is affecting it. So if I want to change this text color, what I quickly do is in Chrome, if I right-click on that text and inspect, it'll open up the developer panel. I have mine set to the bottom. And then if I just drag that up a little bit so you can see a little more. So it's showing me what I presently have selected, and then over here it shows me the style. Oh, I don't need this one down here, the console. Close that. There we go. Now I've got room. There's the color I'm looking for. So I just want to replace that color in my style. So I can just find that and copy it, and then I'm going to replace it with a light color from my color scheme. It's actually pretty dark here, so maybe a dark darkish, lightish. So I've got that color code selected. If I go back to Dreamweaver and then go to my code and open up my CSS, so that'll show me my CSS code, and then if I use Control F for find, and look for that code, then I can replace it with a different color. So I'm gonna start with that one there. And I'm just gonna err on the side of caution and use a darker color from my theme. I'll use this dark green. And then I'll copy that and find the next version of that. There we go. And save it. Now we can also do the same thing with our font face. Presently we're using Source Sans Pro, but if I just quickly select that, Control C, and then paste it into my Control F, and then replace it. So if I just select that entire thing there and type in quotes, it gives me a choice. I'm going to go with the one that has Verdana in it. I think that starts with there it is, Lucida. So I'm going to type in Lucida. There it is there. Let's select that. Go to my next instance and replace that with Lucida as well. It takes care of the quotes for me, so I select everything and then type in L-U-C-I, D, there we go, and next, and once again. So every place exists. Just do a find and replace as well. And I think we're done. So I'm going to go back to design. Looks much better. It's got a much cleaner font face there, sans serif. And I'll save it. It's already saved. I'll do save all. That'll save the CSS and the HTML. And if I quickly refresh it here, so now we've changed our font face. So we still got that gray color in some places. So again, you would do the same thing. Click, inspect, find out what the code is there. So there it is, A5, and then replace it with something else. So again, that looks like it should be a darker color. It's against a white background. And again, CSS, code, Control F, and replace doesn't work in this situation because we want to pick it from a color picker. So if you just type in the hash mark, then you can pick a color. And file save and refresh. So it looks pretty good. So that's basically, again, using a starter template. I think I called it a starter theme before, but starter template, replacing all of the colors with your own colors from a color scheme, your own font face, your own images, basically making the theme your own. And again, you would go so far as to actually add your content. Now, if you want to share this website, you can simply, of course, upload it to your web server. But if you don't have one of those and you're passing it off to another designer who will then add some more code, for example, and then upload it to theirs, you'll need to zip it up. So if you do that, I'm just going to go back to my file browser, and I'll find the actual directory. There it is there, and I'll send to compressed zip folder. I'll call it starter theme or something like that. And now that folder contains everything that's required to make this HTML, index.html display in this way. Thanks so much for watching.